down. Need backup. Changing mag.
Now you see, that gameplay to me wasn't actually too bad, but trying a game on a tablet like this, which is the new Samsung Galaxy S7 Tab Plus, gets a little bit finicky, especially if we're playing like say Call of Duty or playing PUBG. It tends to get very difficult because you're trying to reach around the screen and it just gets annoying. Now, I wonder if someone could ever come up with, say, triggers or like little, like a grip, like grips to put on the side. So like say for a controller for instance, like maybe even just the grip and L1 and L2 and R1 and R2. I really wish someone would make that. Well, it turns out they have. This is the S7 Claw from GameSir. Now this is what we're going to be taking a look at today. I want to keep this as simple as possible, so don't worry, we're not going to be doing a full ceiling teardown unboxing. We don't really need to for something like this. It's very simple. There's no installation, there's no Bluetooth, there's no Wi-Fi, there's no nothing. It's as simple as attaching it to your tablet. So, we get a little card here, that little bit about saying contact us if you have any issues. We also get some nice GameSir stickers that you can put pretty much anywhere you would want. And we also get a nice little sticker here, GameSir, and like I said, every sticker I get is now going to get put onto my guitar. So I'm going to do that now. And we also get the user manual. There's not really much to know about these, but it becomes pretty self-explanatory when we actually have a look at them. So, it is charged by USB Type-C, which is a nice thing to see. So this is what we are dealing with. So, these little grey bits here, these are suction cups. These are actually going to stick to the side of the tablet to actually stop it from moving around instead of having to work on just your grip alone. So they're going to stick on the back of the tablet, and we also have the GameSir guard here, so that's going to sit up to the side of the tablet. So if I get my tablet, I'll be able to show you. So I've got my tablet here. So how it works is you sit that on the side of your tablet like that, and then just gently squeeze down and it sits on the back of your device like that. So it's kind of like a game. So they are very strong, and obviously if you do want to take them off, you have to suction them off. So, and there we go. So as you can hear there, the suction cup method. So that's all come off now. So there is a few other things here. So we do have these little prongs here, and as you can see there, it says R1 and R2. And it's got a little trigger there, so this is actually going to sit on your actual tablet. So like I said, we have our suction cups here, the little guard here where your tablet is actually going to stop, and then we also have the R1 and R2 here. So how this is pretty much going to work, on the inside of here you have two little rubber dials. So when this sits on your screen, it's not going to cause any damage, so don't worry about that. And pretty much each one is connected to the button on the back. So we have R1 and we also have R2 and a turbo button. So the R1 is gonna connect to R1 there, and then R2 is gonna connect there. So when this is connected to your screen and sat on it, every time I hit R1, simulate you touching the screen, and when I hit R2, it's gonna do the exact same with this one. So that's pretty much how they work. We do have a little LED indicator there, so that's just indicating that it is turned on. And then we have the turbo button, like I said, and we have the on-off switch, and we also have our Type-C charger going on right there. So like I said, on-off switch going on there, and then with the turbo button, every time you click the turbo button, it'll turn a different color to indicate what mode is on. It's on red, which meaning it's on turbo mode. So basically, what the turbo button does is it controls the frequency for R1 and R2, so it being on the highest frequency will allow you to press it down. So that's pretty much what it's like. So what we're going to do is I'm going to zoom out. I'm going to put my cloth down because I don't like to scratch my tablet, because I took the case off for the time being, and we are going to get these fitted on. So what I need to do is get loaded into a game. So the game of choice that we're going to go for now is PUBG. So let's go over to PUBG and click on that. So what we need to do first is actually change up some of the control settings, because if we just chuck these on straight away, they're not going to work. So we'll wait for the game to load up and we'll see what we're working with. So here we have it, we're loaded into the game. So what we need to do from here is head over to the settings tab and actually change some of the setup. So we're going to head over to settings and we are going to head over to controls, which is right here. So as we can see, we've got different control settings here, you know, we can customize all of them. So what we're going to do is customize this one, and then what we can do is actually change this layout. So what do I actually want to use R1, R2 and L1, L2 for? So moving around won't work very well, but what I want to do is move around some of these. So if I move that over there and move this over here, so what we can do is move my scope there, make it slightly smaller, and also fire. So if I want to make fire a little bit smaller as well, about 50%, and then move that there as well. And then I can do the same on the other side. So if I move that over a little bit, if I want this one to be the same, so if I move that up there, and what else do I want? So if I move that there and say grenade, so if I move reload, so if I do the same with reload, make it slightly smaller, and then I can have them set on there. And basically what I'll do from here is I'll save that, and then I can line up the gears here with the two buttons. So if I do that, and what I can do from here is actually adjust it so they're in line with each other. So if I lift this up, I can move that so it's in line, and then same with this one. I can move it and adjust it, so I need to move that slightly further down so it's just about touching, and there we go. So that's now adjusted now. So as you can see, L1 is going to be for my fire, and then L2 is also going to be for my reload. So if I want to do the same with the other ones and then go back into the game, and then just so it has a chance, so I need to make sure both my controllers are on. So I can tell that by the LED indicators on the side there. As you can see, they are lighting up. So then we just need to wait for it to load up. So from here, what we need to do is just quickly start a match, and as soon as we're loaded up, we'll be good to go. And then as you'll see is when we load up, you'll be able to see that the icons on the left and the right have saved. So then we can use it for, you know, we can use our R1 and L2, and it just makes it a bit more comfier. But this still allows me to move around, you know, I'm still fully move around and everything. And there we go. So as you can see, I'm fully moving around there. I'm currently hitting, so I'm using the tally at the back, R1, to actually punch in midair, so that's quite handy. So what we're going to do is now we're going to go for this. I'm not going to bother playing the actual game, I'm just going to roughly show you how it's going. So I'm going to unfollow him, and then as soon as I can go out, I'll let go. So as you can see, even though that I've still got the controllers on the left and right hand side of the screen, I still have full maneuverability of the screen, so it's not interfering with it. I can still move back and forward, and there's no issues whatsoever going on there. So I'm just going to drop into this area, and we're going to see how this works, loading and everything. So as you can see, I've got it all loaded up now, so we're moving around, and if I click the tally on the back, it'll let me aim, and then if I hit the tally on the back, it'll actually let me shoot. And then the same again, so I can move around while loading, and then if I see someone, quickly shoot and then get off of aim, and then I can swap back to my other gun and do the same. So I'm only using my thumbs for basically looking around and having a look what's going on, and then I can use the same for that. And then what we're going to do is see if we can find someone, have a little look around. And then my left trigger on here as well, I have used for auto fire as well, so that's quite handy. So we'll have a little walk around, and like I said, it is fully maneuverable, so I'm using my thumbs to look around and move. I'm using R1 to aim, and then I'm using R2 to actually fire my gun. Now the left one at the moment, L1, is actually used for rapid fire. So if I click on L1, it'll just continuously shoot the gun no matter what, until I actually let go of it. So it is actually really handy. So it opens you up to so many different items. So like I said, I'm walking around using my thumbs, so I have R1, R2 and L1 and L2 to be fully maneuverable and able to use, and it really is that simple. So like I said, because of the amount of dials on this game, obviously I don't have full maneuverability of absolutely everything. You would need a lot more triggers for that, but like I said, this really is great. You know, I can aim wherever I want. I don't have to touch the screen, and then I can use the analog stick at the back to actually shoot my gun, and it just makes life a lot easier. I don't have to worry about where I'm going. I've got my hands either side, and it's a much more comfier fit as well. Instead of actually having to hold the tablet and the screen, you know, the suction cups on the back as well really do add to the aesthetic, and just it makes it a lot more sturdy, and it really is good. I can simply aim and then shoot my gun without realizing, and then use the other tablet to reload, and then I can even use that one for auto fire, and it just really is as simple as that. It really is great. So I definitely have to recommend, if you are if you do own a tablet and you do a lot of gaming, I do recommend you go and grab one of these. Links will be in the description so you know where to go get them. But it really is as simple as that. You know, it doesn't interfere with the screen. It only interferes with the buttons that you have actually predominantly selected. So it really is that good. And I have to admit, it really is great. So obviously that's what it looks like on the back. Obviously that's how my hands are predominantly holding it, because obviously how you hold a generic controller is pretty much like that. And then my thumbs are pretty much just operating the screen for moving and rotating. And then I have my buttons on the back, which are going to either do my shooting, reloading, or whatever game you decide, whether it's a car game or anything. But it allows you to hold your tablet so much more comfier. Now, it will fit, I think, predominantly nearly all tablets, especially newer ones, from between 6 and 12 mil thick. And I think my laptop's 12.9 inches, I believe. Don't quote me on that, because it is the Samsung Galaxy S7 Plus. Don't worry, there is a video coming for this anyways. But I have to say, in real time, obviously as you've just seen via PUBG, they work extremely well. They stop you from having to use hold the back of the tablet. You know, you're always either touching something you shouldn't be, or you actually you end up pressing a button that you don't really want to. And this allows you, and that takes that away completely. They are extremely strong as well, so if you can, and there we go. So it's fitted on by suction cups, and as you can see, there is no damage whatsoever to the back of the tablet. You know, when you're talking about a £1,000 tablet, the last thing you want is a product actually damaging it. I definitely would recommend going to get a set of these. They are absolutely incredible. So if you are interested in going to grab one of these for yourself, if you head down the link to the description, there'll be a link there straight to their website, so you can go check them out for yourself. But if you do have any answers or questions for this, if you drop down the comment section below, I am more than happy to help. And as always, don't forget to like, subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on any of my further videos.